And this one is specifically going out to all my direct sales friends out there, people who are in network marketing or affiliate marketing, got some cool products, got some cool services, got a cool commission structure to share with people. And this is a really, really good tip that I want to pass along that was inspired by a friend of mine last night, as I wrote in the description. If you are tuning in live, say hello below if you would, please. If you're catching the replay, do the same. Give me a hashtag replay or a what's up or whatever it is you want to put below. And I'm going to get right to the point today. So last night, we had a private new members What's Working Now. We do that every night where we basically bring people out who, hey, what's up, Danny? Good to see you. How you doing today, man? We bring people out in the community who are producing results, and we learn from them. We find out, what are you doing to create results? And last night, one of my good friends, Francisco Hernandez, came out and told us what I think is one of the coolest stories ever about failure and then success in direct sales. So I'm going to pass that along. So here's how the story went is Francisco has a relative that it has been in, different types of home-based businesses. And Francisco's in a home-based business, and Francisco loves the home business that he's in. So, of course, he started telling his relative about his home business and how his home business could help him achieve his goal of building residual income and creating success and on and on and on. Well, anyway, his relative was like, all right, well, I'm open to hearing more. Can you explain it to me? And then Francisco said, of course, I would love to explain it to you. And as Francisco told the story, he said that he spent like an hour explaining everything. And when he got to the end, his relative didn't join and said, no thanks, I'm good. And Francisco was like, you just wasted my time. Which I've been there myself many times back in the day. I remember one time I was giving a presentation to my uncle who was in this, fraternal organization here locally. We'd invited a couple of guys that he went to this fraternal organization with to his office, his real estate broker's office. And I remember I had my flip chart and I gave him this entire presentation that I thought was like the best presentation ever. And I get to the end and man, I'm sweating. Like I put all my heart and soul into it. I was like, this is so good. I'm so excited about this. And then I get to the end and I ask him the famous closing question that I'd learned from my upline leader at the time, which was, all right, after hearing all of this on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like, let's get started. And 1 being, not for me. Where would you say you're at? And the first guy comes back to me and he says, I think I'm a 0. And I was like, what? And then I said, oh, we still got 1 more. So I turned to the other guy and he says, all right, and how about you? And he says, I'm a 1. And so same thing, like spend all this time explaining all this stuff. And then, you don't get the result you wanted. So anyway, that's not where the story ends though for Francisco. So some time goes by and his relative learns about a new product that Francisco's company had implemented. And so his relative started asking him questions about it. And then there was a point in the conversation where his relative said, can you explain it to me? And then Francisco said, oh no, I'm not making the same mistake twice. He goes, no, I'm not going to explain it. He goes, here's a video that'll explain everything. Let me know if you have any questions. And then Francisco said when he sent him the link, he was just like, he's not going to join. I'm done. Whatever. I'm moving on with my life and business. Well, lo and behold, Francisco gets a commission notification and he's like, where did this commission come from? Come to find out that his relative had watched the video and joined. So Francisco was telling us that story. And it was such a great lesson. And it's such a great reminder because it doesn't matter how long you've been in direct sales. In the beginning, this temptation, I will say, is higher. You're like, okay, I got to explain it to him. As time goes by and you learn that it's much better to not explain things to people and instead get them to a third-party tool for the explanation, you do this less and less. But even nowadays, sometimes the temptation returns. You're like, I just want to help people. Let me help people, help them understand this. And so this is a great story to illustrate that usually it's a very bad idea to sit there and try to explain something to someone if you have great tools that explain it in a great way. And I think there's 3 big reasons to use the tools, okay? Number 1 is it's a huge time saver. if you can save yourself the time of having to take an hour to two with every person you show the business to, why would you not want to do that? Save time, massive time saver. Danny says curiosity. Yeah, and really that's your main job as someone in direct sales. It's to arouse curiosity, to find people who are open, to get to a space where someone is saying, yes, I'm open, I'd like to learn more, or, oh, that sounds interesting, can you tell me more about that? Hey, Helen, good to see you, thanks for tuning in. And that's really your main job in direct sales, is to get people to that point. It's not your job to explain. So the first big benefit to using the tools is you save time. The second big benefit to using the tools is if you have a tool that does a good job, you can bet that a lot of time and thought and maybe editing has gone into that presentation to make it the best possible presentation every single time, right? Every time. Wouldn't you like to know that every time someone watches a presentation, they're going to see the best version? They're going to see the version that has all of the forethought that went into structuring the very best presentation. That's another reason you want to use the tools. And the third reason that I think it's smart to use the tools, that we were all reminded of this story from Francisco, is, this phrase from the New Testament. You don't have to be a Christian to get the wisdom from this, but the phrase, something to the effect of, a prophet is not without honor in his own country, or with honor in his own country, which basically the point is, like, let's say you're a prophet and you've got your family around you and people that know you, and you run around and you're like, hey, I'm a prophet, I got a message from God. They're like, ha, yeah, right. We've known you all your life. We know all of your embarrassing moments. We know all of your weaknesses. We know all of your failures. And that phrase is meant to illustrate that people are probably not going to believe you, like whatever it is that you tell them. So it's better if you get people to a third-party tool to save yourself time, to get them the best presentation possible, but then thirdly, to have someone else tell them about it, right? If someone you know or someone you're connecting with, they can form whatever perceptions they might have about you, but then they can go to a tool where someone's on the page that they don't know, that's telling a story that's believable and showing credibility that's believable. Odds are they're going to believe that that person is successful and someone to listen to much faster than they would believe you. And this is even true for me. Even though I've had a lot of success in my direct sales business over the years, still, people who know me, I sometimes have a very difficult time, getting them to think that, oh, I might be someone you would want to listen to, because they know me. They've known me all my life. They've known me in my down spots. They've known my failures. And so it's just usually way better to use a tool to do the explaining. So I just want to pass it along. That's a simple but powerful tip that a lot of people overlook, and sometimes we fall into the temptation even though we know the tip. So follow the tip. Hopefully it helps you, and that's my message for today. Hopefully it's been of value to you in some way. So that's it, guys. This is my episode. I'm on 200. This is episode 200 of The Good Parts, the daily social media show where I go live once a day to do the best that I can to share something of value that can help you move closer to freedom. A lot of times I talk about direct sales, personal development, residual income, success, Danny says, I have used this tip. Awesome. How did it work out for you, Danny? Let us know in the comments below. So if you got value from this and want more from me, I would love to encourage you to subscribe to me on whatever social media platform you're finding this on. And the very best way to stay in touch with me is to subscribe to my email list. And I have a bunch of different free goodies I could give you. But the one I'm excited about lately is called the Magical Morning Training. It's Magical Morning Formula, which is a 40-minute or so training where I go through and teach some things that I've done consistently every day for the last couple decades of my life that have helped me in such a tremendous way, set each day up so that it will be a success for me. One of the things to always remember about Danny got a conversion, so he used that tip and got a sale. There you go. Proof. It works. Way to be an example, Danny. But I guess the last thing that I'll say regarding your daily routine and your daily success. I have teenagers. I've got 4 boys, and one of my kids the other day was talking about how, I can fail in one class because it's the beginning of the year and we've got a lot of time left in the year, and it's okay if I fail today because I can succeed later and I can bring my grade up. And one of the things I told my son is I said, son, a great definition of success is what you do daily, and you compound your days over time. Successful days compound into a successful week. Successful weeks compound into a successful month. Successful months compound into a successful year, on and on and on. So I think it's a big mistake to think that you can slack off for today because it won't matter much. I think the best we can do is to do what we can to make every day a success. And then over time, it compounds. A great quote I learned from a Silicon Valley, venture capitalist one time is he said, all the great returns in life come from compound interest. And so if you can set your day up in the best way to be successful, that's a huge, huge, huge value. So my magical morning formula, I think, can help you with that. And you can get it for free by going to growrichmastermind.com/magic. growrichmastermind.com/magic. I hope that training blesses your life, and you'll be subscribed to my email list with more good stuff on the way. So that's it, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. Hope you make it an awesome day. Get out there, take action, go for your dreams. And I hope to see you in one of my future episodes of The Good Parts, or on my email list, or maybe in a private mastermind that we do inside of our company. That would be cool too. So, all right, guys, have a good one. Take care, and bye.